Hi everyone, it's Glenda from Buy Paper Flower. Thought I would share with you how I make my inserts. So what you will need is a paper trimmer or Stanley knife is what I use, a bone folder, a metal ruler. You need a sharp blade. I like my corners chomped, so I use my corner chomper, and I also have a long arm stapler because I prefer my inserts stapled as opposed to sewn. So let's get started. I've already printed out my insert in grid on A4 paper, folded it in half, burnished my fold line with my bone folder so you get a nice crisp line, and stacked all the sheets together nice and tight. I've also cut out my cover so it's the same size as the paper, which is not the size of the insert because we're going to cut it all down so it's all nice and neat. It's the correct height because it's A4 paper, so it's 8 1/4 high, which is what we need, and we just need to cut it down to the 4 inches wide. So we wrap the cover around the paper so it's all nice and even. Oh, you'll need some little clips too to hold it together. This is what I use anyway, little binder clips. So I find the middle, make sure, tap it on my table to make sure everything's even. With my thumb I'm holding it all against the crease in the back, so the cover and all the pages are together in the crease. While I'm holding it, that's when I grab one of my binder clips and clip it all together. Swap hands, hold it in the centre there so everything's together, put my other binder clip on. Then when that's held, I flip it over and do the other end. So hold it in the middle again, put my binder clip on, swap it over, and do the same like that. So we've got something like that. This is where the stapler comes in. I flip it over to the right side, grab my stapler, I'll come down about 1 inch or so from the top, line it up with the crease. I do one in the middle and one at the bottom. Like so. Now we can take our binder clips off. We still need 2 of them. So fold it over, matching up the edges, and burnish it down so it's all nice and flat. While it's all nice and lined up, I grab my binder clips and put them on again, flip down the back. I put it about 1 inch, nearly 2 inches from the spine, so I've got room to cut with my ruler. Do the same on the other end. Now we're ready to cut. So I grab my ruler, my pencil, and I measure 4 inches from the spine, put a little mark, come down the bottom, same thing, put a little mark, and that's the piece we're going to cut off. Okay, so let's cut that piece off. What I do is line it up with the grids on my mat. Even though I've measured it, I want to make sure that it's straight. And then you don't need to use a lot of pressure. Most of the pressure is probably on the ruler so it doesn't move. And I just keep cutting until I can feel I'm at the end of it. If you're using letter paper, you'll probably have a wider piece left over. You might be able to make a little notepad or something out of. Oops, sorry, it's blowing a gale here. You can hear the wind rattling everything. So I just find the middle and chop the corners in a few sections so it's not so thick to cut through. Flip it over and do the other side. And there we have it. One insert ready to go into our dory. I hope you found that useful.